Here it is, you guys. Okay guys, past few days working on the Galant, I've had a heck of a time. I don't know how repetitive this video may be up to this point, but I don't know what I left off with. Left off with trying to install the starter bolts, I believe, and the starter plate was in the way. So I had to file the plate and remove the motor mount, and I was just in here filing it until I could get the bolts through. Bolts are through. Hopefully it's perfectly lined up with the flywheel. I won't know till I start it. Shift linkages on, speed cables on, the battery ground's there, reverse sensors plugged in, shift linkages all on. Let's see, that's everything here. I can't think of what else. The starter's on, all the bolts around the transmission are on. I'm gonna go around one more time and tighten them up. There was these two, the one right there in front, and the starter, the two starter bolts. And then there was also under here, let's see, there was the bolts right above this. I can't remember if I already mentioned it. The clutch slave cylinder is on. I had to get longer bolts, so be aware of that. If you're switching over to a 91 transmission, you're going to need longer bolts here. And that bolt's on. All left is transfer case and axles and fluid. Let's see, let's look what else is in here. I kind of have a mess. That little plate, the axles, and the cross member, and air core piping. And I have some, I don't have that Motul oil, gear oil, Motul. I can't even say it right. I have some Pennzoil for now. Import face-off is January 5th. Today is December 31st. You guys will be a while till you guys see this video, but be aware. So I guess the way I took it off was axles came out first and then the transfer case did. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the axles back in. And I don't know how well I showed you guys in the other video I made of installing and removing the transmission. So hopefully this one's a little bit better. Trying to be a little bit more detailed. You guys gotta let me know in the comments. Comment. But let's get this damn car back on the road and ready for import face-off. Got some plans for that. Alright, all that's left is transfer case. Both axles are in. I didn't drain this one. This one's got like, I can't remember. It's the blue fluid. It's got the baller stuff in it. I kept it in there. Maybe if I sell it, maybe it'll help hold a little value. I don't know. Remember, we got to switch over to the 23 spline, if I remember correctly, which is stronger than the older one. So, yeah, switching this guy in. And there goes, oops, there goes some of the fluid that's spilt. Driver side axle's in, axle nuts are on. The axle, I forget what you call that. The half shaft is on. Oh, I gotta come back and zip tie up my brake lines over here. Zip tie that up, which I'll do that right now. And if you guys noticed, I refilled the transmission. I refilled the transmission through that hole there, rather than dealing with the real one right there. But I always put 3 quarts in, regardless if it overfills a little bit or not. But everything is just about done. So let's do the brake lines, get the transfer case on. I'm actually gonna slide the transfer case on and then try to fill it right down here on the floor. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, quick note, I had to remove the down pipe a little bit, kind of get it off the V-band, and now I have the space to get the transfer case in. So let's get it in. I'm not going to fill it up after all.